Imagine a wall, not just any wall, but a brutal concrete monster snaking through the heart of a city, tearing families, friends, and a nation apart. For 28 years, the Berlin Wall stood as the ultimate symbol of the Cold War, a stark line between freedom and oppression. They called it the anti-fascist protection rampart, but everyone knew its real purpose: to keep people in, not out. It was a place of sorrow, where desperate escape attempts often ended in tragedy, a constant grim reminder of a world divided. The West was a vibrant, chaotic democracy. The East, a state under constant surveillance, where personal freedom was a distant dream. This wall wasn't just concrete and barbed wire. It was a psychological barrier, a daily wound on the German soul. But history has a funny way of turning on a dime. By the late 1980s, the winds of change were blowing across Eastern Europe. In Poland, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia, people were rising up, demanding reform. The Soviet Union, under Mikhail Gorbachev's policies of glasnost and perestroika, was loosening its iron grip. In East Germany, a quiet revolution was brewing. Every Monday in Leipzig, thousands gathered for peaceful protests, their chants for freedom growing louder each week. The pressure was building, both from within and without. The government was cornered, an old regime clinging to power in a new world. They knew something had to give, but no one, absolutely no one, could have predicted what would happen next. Enter Günter Schabowski, an East German government official. On the evening of November 9, 1989, he sat down for a routine press conference. It was dull, bureaucratic, and utterly forgettable, till the very end. A journalist asked a question about new travel regulations. Schabowski, looking a bit lost, shuffled through his notes. He hadn't been fully briefed on the new policy, which was meant to be a minor, controlled easing of restrictions starting the next day. Instead, he mumbled something about citizens being allowed to cross the border. When does this go into effect? Another reporter shouted. Schabowski, flustered, looked at his papers and uttered the words that would change the world, "as far as I know." Effective immediately, without delay, silence. Then chaos. The news exploded across radio and television broadcasts in both East and West Berlin. The wall is open. Was it true? A mistake? A trick? No one was sure, but for East Berliners it was a chance they had to take. Hesitantly at first, then in a flood, people left their homes and streamed towards the border crossings. They walked, they ran, they filled the streets, a massive, unstoppable river of humanity. At the checkpoints, the border guards were completely bewildered. They had no orders, no instructions. The crowds grew larger, more insistent. Their chants echoed through the night. "Open the gate! Open the gate!" The guards faced a terrifying choice: follow old orders and risk a massacre, or bow to the will of the people. And then it happened. At one crossing, then another, the overwhelmed guards gave in. The barriers were lifted. The first East Germans walked, then ran into West Berlin, into the arms of cheering strangers. The scene was pure, unadulterated joy. People wept, laughed, and embraced. Champagne corks popped. Complete strangers, divided for a lifetime, were suddenly brothers and sisters. That night, the wall itself became a stage. Thousands climbed on top, dancing and singing in defiance of everything it had represented. They brought hammers and chisels, chipping away at the concrete tyrant, each piece a souvenir of newfound freedom. In that single, magical night, the Berlin Wall, a symbol of division and fear, was conquered not by armies or bombs, but by a mistaken announcement, a curious journalist, and the unstoppable courage of ordinary people. It was the night the Cold War began to melt away, proving that no wall is strong enough to hold back the tide of history forever. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.